Hello, hello. Welcome back to Divine Destiny Guide. How are you? As usual, sending you the purest of love and light. God is for us. Who can be against us? So let's get right into it. You're blessed, you're safe, you're secure, you're highly protected. And welcome. If it's your first time returning Soul Tribers, new Soul Tribers, thank you for your continuous love and your support. I truly appreciate you. So, here, the first card that popped out, it says, wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. I love to quote that too. Be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. Again, it doesn't mean that you're going to be like a snake or you're going to be like one of them, but is to know how not to be tricked by a snake. You need to know the characteristics of a snake. So that way, when you encounter one, you can say, aha, you know, got you, got you. So right beneath that one, it says, you were not there when I was down. Now that I'm up, do not come around. Yes, so it says, please stay away. Please stay away. You were not there when I was down. Now that I'm up, do not come around. And so this is probably what some of you have to say to a person, some people around you. When you were down, they were not there to support you. Now that you're up, or God, things are turning around in your life. No, you don't want these entities around you. And I love that. I love it for you. I love it for us. So be wise as a serpent. Here, you are a miracle. This is awesome. You need to know that. You're a miracle. You have survived many things. God came through one time for you in many areas of your life as well. I love that. Yeah. Beneath that, it says they can't do magic on a magician. So, of course, when people do the most, uh, they're gonna say you're doing something. It's only because they can't take you down, so they think you're doing what they're doing. See, the thing is, people around you, they expose themselves, and now they can't come back. They can't come back. Whatever it is that's going on in your life, Spirit is saying that you deserve it. You deserve it. You're a miracle. You are a miracle. They are mad because they don't know your business. Yep. Continue to move in silence. Let them be mad. Let them stay mad. Let them be maddies and maddettes. Because the truth is that in the past, probably when they know your business, then they were able to come against it, right? So no wonder that I saw that card. They can't do magic on a magician, because it's like now you know how to move strategically, how to keep your mouth shut, and they don't like it. So guess what? They're thinking, oh, you must be sneaky. You're up to something because you're moving in silence now. How dare you be smart? They're saying we're supposed to be the smart ones, right? But yeah, sometimes, yeah, from the pit to the palace, I'm telling you, they're mad because they don't know your business. And again, this is the story of Joseph, from the pit to the palace. He's been through a lot. He went through a lot with people. His own siblings, his own brothers. He had 11 brothers. And when it came down to it, they wanted to unalive him, all because his dad loved him. He had favor from his father, and his dad made him this coat. And his brothers, they had this hatred for him. And so one day he went out to visit them to see how they were doing. Yeah, it says mean girls are broke gals. So these people, they're mean, like his brothers. And so when they saw him coming, they said, here comes the dreamer. And they started to plan what they should do with him. I mean, like, he was the youngest. His brothers were much older than him. And they wanted to unalive him. And then they could only come up with the least thing, was to throw him in a ditch and sell him off into slavery. He went, then they took his own coat. They took his coat. They unalive a goat and then put his coat in the blood of the goat, took it home and told his dad that he was unalive by an animal. Can you imagine? His own brothers. And they had no remorse seeing their father mourn his favorite son, you know? And yeah, he's like, I'm telling you, this is why, again, be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. Because the Bible says the heart is desperately wicked. You see a person's face, you don't know their heart. But, sometimes I wonder, like, were there little things they were doing, that he could have seen that they didn't like him? I don't know. Sometimes people wear the mask very well for a very long time. You just never know. Sometimes we ignore the red flags. And so he was sold into slavery. He went to Potiphar's house. Potiphar bought him to work in his house. Potiphar's wife took a liking to him, wanted him to sleep with her. She refused. Again, she reached for his robe. She pulled his coat off, and then she held it as evidence and told her husband that he was the one who came on to her and had him thrown into prison. And while he was in prison, again, his reputation, it spoke for itself. Because, again, people can tell lie on you or lies, but the truth is that in the end, God will clear your name. So Joseph went from the pit where his brothers threw him to eventually Pharaoh had a dream, and God will set things up. So this is why, again, don't worry about it. Don't fight your battles. God will fight them for you. Don't get your hands dirty. I've said it over and over. Clean hands, pure heart. You don't have to get in the mud and wrestle with the pigs. Okay? Stay high. God will clear your name in due time. And so, even though Joseph interpreted some of the prisoners' dreams, they were released. He told them, put a few words in for me. Nobody remembered him. But then God made Pharaoh had a dream, and nobody in the land was able to interpret it. It was like seven fat cows, seven skinny cows. He had this dream, and basically nobody could until, the dream, one of the prisoner that he let out, that he interpreted a dream for while they were in prison, remember him. And so Pharaoh requested him. So again, your gifts will make room for you. And that was when he interpreted that they're going to have 7 years of famine and 7 years of harvest. So he advised Pharaoh to collect all the grains that he can in those years of harvest, so that when there's a famine, then they will have enough food. And so Pharaoh thought, this guy is smart. I need him on my team. I need this guy on my side. And so he hired him second in command. And so he served there. And then ultimately, because of the famine now, again, you see, the famine came, and now his brothers had to come to Egypt. His brothers had to now travel away to come to where Joseph is to look for food. Only to know he recognized them, but they didn't recognize him, of course, because they thought that he was, somewhere out there in the back end, or maybe unalive or something. They didn't care what happened to him. And he tested them to see how loyal they were by putting, silver cup in their back pocket. But in the end, though, he invited them and his dad to come and live with them. See, the thing too is that he had a dream, and he shared it with them, thinking that they would celebrate him when he was, before they sold him. And that's why probably they hated him even more, is because he had that dream that one day his brothers and his parent would bow down to him. And so it's like, in order for that to not come to pass, they thought that they would get rid of him. So they hated him, they were jealous of him, because his father favored him, and the dad made a coat of many colors and gave it to him. And then he had that dream. So this is why I encourage you all the time to be careful of the people you share your dreams with, because I mean, I can only imagine he thought that it was good, like, I had this dream and he shared it with them, only to know that only, tipped the boat over for him. And so when you tell people your dreams and your visions, they will try to do things to make sure it doesn't come to pass. But thank God, in the end, he forgave them. And then I can only imagine it's the same for a lot of us. When God puts you where He wants you to be, or maybe you're already there or in time, why not? Forgiveness is good, because maybe if he was not promoted and he was in prison, it would be another story. But sometimes when you look and you see how God turned your life around, yes, you remember what people have done, but the pain, it's not there anymore. The hurt is not there anymore. And it's like, why would you even want to be that mad again? Especially for him. God set him up really good. God set him up really good. And this is what happens when we remain faithful and steadfast. So from the pit to the palace, from the pit to the palace. But there's that in between where life will happen to us, because it took a while for him to get to the palace. But the truth about it is that you have to hold the vision. When God tells you that He's going to do something for you, you have to believe it. It doesn't matter what happens. The thing is, you may go around and around and around, but just know that God, whatever He says, He will do. And if He starts it, He's going to finish it. He's not slack according to His promises. You need to remember that. And you need to hold the vision. Keep the faith going. Because while you may be waiting on God to take you there, to that place, in the middle was when Potiphar's wife told the lies on him, and then he went to prison. While he was there in prison, this is where even his leadership skills began to blossom, because then it's like the prison guard saw that leadership quality that he has. Even the other prisoners liked him and they listened to him, and so they put him in charge. They trusted him. And so this is why I said, when people tell lies on you, God will clear your name. A lot of the people who ruined your reputation, our reputation, they slander, they gossip. A lot of them now, they're ashamed, because it's like what they told people about you and I, it's not adding up. The math is not mathing. And people are now looking at them like, you're weird. You're evil. How could you? So a lot of these people, they're running scared now, and some of them, again, they're broke. They're broke. So you could be in a divine feminine energy. You're fruitful, you're blessed, you're pregnant with a lot of wonderful creative ideas. Again, God is on your side. God is on your side. God fights your battles. And this is what it is like they can't throw magic at a magician. God fights your battles. God takes care of His own. And this is what a lot of people, they will learn or have to learn the hard way. Because, yeah, when they can't know your business, they're going to say that you're doing things. But the truth is, you're a miracle. You're God's favorite. And so you're wise as a serpent, and you're telling these enemies to stay away. Go away. When you were down, they were not around. Eight of Pentacles. So again, be wise, be smart. This could be when it comes to your job, your career as well. Whatever it is that you're working on, again, protect your ideas, protect your craft. Be careful of the people that you share your successes with. Okay, be careful. um it says here the Four of Wands. So this is stability, this is community, this is security, this is home, this is relationship, this is marriage, this is victory, this is stability, this is good, this is good, this is God, this is God. You're a miracle. And anything that we know how it's going to turn out, it's not a miracle, because a miracle, we don't know how it's going to work out. We just trust God. And this is where our faith comes in. Ten of Pentacles. They're mad because they don't know your business. Again, yeah. They don't know how you make your money. They don't know how you're surviving. They don't know how you're living. They don't know how you're moving. And this is why they're mad. They don't know how you're being funded or financed. Because again, the truth is, if a lot of these entities, if these people know how you were provided for, then they would certainly try to stop it and block it. But a lot of you, you're wising up. You're getting it. You're finally getting it for some of you, some of us, right? It's like, yeah, you know, yeah, maybe sometimes it takes a little while, but we're there. We're there. Yeah, you're closing out cycles, successfully closing out some cycles with some snakes here, people you have around. You know, for some of you, you could be on the web too. It says they were not around when you were down. Now that you're up, you're telling them, don't come around, stay away. So you're closing out cycles with people. And some of them, again, they don't have any money. So this is why they want to come back. Yeah. Yeah, they want to come back because the wheel is turning in your favor. The wheel of fortune here. Your destiny, your success, your blessing. Good karma is on your side. Dharma is on your side now. This is why they want to come back. But the truth is they already exposed themselves. Yeah, they expose themselves. They expose themselves. Queen of Swords is like a lot of you, you know the truth, and the truth sets you free. You're intelligent. You're not to be played with. They expose themselves and you see it. And for some of you, this is the person who spoke a lot, told a lot of lies on you. They expose themselves. Yeah, with the Six of Wands. Yeah, these people, they were throwing things at you. And I remember right after the miracle card is that you can't do magic on a magician. So whatever it is that they were throwing at you, coming at you quickly, by the grace of God, He kept you because you're a miracle. You're meant to be here for such a time as this. And this is why no, nobody can take you out until God is ready for you. They wanted to play God in your life. This could be if the person who exposed themselves is in that Queen of Swords energy, then it will like be in the reverse. Somebody very vindictive, somebody very malicious, gossip a lot, slanderous. They think they're smart, but they're not. They told on themselves. God exposed them too. And so you know the truth. The truth sets you free. A lot of these people, some of them could have been online doing a lot of communication as well. It's like whatever they were doing, it was coming at you quickly. They were doing it, and God blocked it and He stopped it. Wow. God blocked it and He stopped it. See, the high priestess in the reverse. So a lot of them, they were doing a lot of witchcraft with, a devil worshiper, somebody who is in their low vibrational energy. They're not on God's side, this person. So this is a low priestess, low vibrational priestess who was doing these things with these people, and God stopped it and blocked it and gave you, and he's giving you the victory. I'm telling you. Yeah, there was a lot of competition in the background here. See, Five of Wands, a lot of jealousy. And again, talking about Joseph's story, from the pit to the palace, his brothers were very jealous, very envious of him as well. But people don't know how you come into, wow, look, Ace of Wands, a brand new passionate beginning. I'm telling you, if you just stay the course, keep the vision. It doesn't matter what around you is, causing you to question yourself. Just do not doubt God. What I love about all of the men and women in the Bible is that they went anyway, even though they did not feel like they were qualified, even though it took a while to get there, but they held the vision. And for a lot of us, we just need to have a little bit more grit, have a little bit more patience. I know we live in a microwave society, but God does not work that way. That's not the way He works. And stop looking at everything as if, oh my God, God forgot about me, nothing is happening, and then we flare out. 1 minute we're on top of the world, next second we're down in the valley. It's like it's time for us to really hold firmly to what we believe in. Fear and faith cannot live under the same roof. You can't be hot 1 minute and then you're cold the next second. It doesn't work like that. A double minded man is confused in all of his ways. 1 minute you're giving it to God, next minute you're taking it back. Yeah, it's like for a lot of you, the wheel is turning in your favor. The wheel is turning in your favor, and you need to believe that. We're not gonna just step on, like an elevator and we get there on top just like that immediately in one day. God anointed David to be king, and David did not go in the throne the same time. He went through a lot before he got there, because even the person that he was supposed to replace was hunting his life, chasing him all over the place in the wilderness, trying to unalive him. He went through a lot. But you know what? All of those that he had to run for his life and hide out in a cave, and this king was after him with all his men and all of this stuff. David was alone. So it's not just today where you have, it's just you or me against them. I mean, he's the king of a country. He has an army who was coming after David, all because he was jealous of David's gift. And he was insecure. He thought that David wanted to take his place. He saw him as a competition. David went through a lot before he went there. And this is why, again, there are so many things that we can learn from the things in the Bible, because after David unalived Goliath, Saul applauded him. He was happy for him. He even gave him his daughter to marry and all these things. But once David started going out into battle, then the people in the community, when they're coming back from war, they would shout that Saul killed his 1,000, David killed 10,000. And that is what sparked the jealousy with a king. And you may think that little you, little old you, what is it that's with you? That even people, your own boss, people are up above you. They're jealous of the light that you have within you. They see you as a competition, and they'll try to make life harder for you. So just keep going. Do not get discouraged. Yes, it may take a while, but the truth is that while you're waiting to get there and you're coming up against oppositions and storms in your life, that is also helping to prepare you, toughen you up. So when you get to where you're going, you have so much life experience underneath your belt that nobody can play with you. Nobody can fool with you. You learn how to persevere, how to to endure hardship and suffering, to be resilient, to bounce back, to trust God. And what I love too about David is that not once, he had the opportunity where he could unalive Saul, but he said no. He respected God because he knew that God anointed Saul to be there as king. So he's not going to do it. And this is why sometimes the enemies, they know that they're going down, because Saul knew that he's old. He's God was already fed up with him anyway. And it's like he just put the last nail in the casket. I mean, there's so many nuggets to take away from the things that happen. But basically, stay the course. Stay the course. For the fact that we're here, it means that God is still working. Anytime that nothing else is there for us to do, then we're out. We're out. So you wake up and you're here. That means you're hearing this message. It means that God is not done with you. I don't care what you're going through. But the truth is that you need to pick a side. Like Joshua's, for me and my house, we're going to serve the Lord. You have to decide which side you're on. But I'm sure you can't be light and dark at the same time. If you're of the light, you're of the light. If you're of the dark, you're in the dark. But both of them cannot exist in the same space. Wouldn't that be something? Aren't you shocked if you go into a room, whatever you have, wherever you are, you light a lamp, light a candle, or you flick the switch on, and then the place is still in darkness? You would be alarmed, right? It's the same thing. Because if you are the light, wherever you shows up, darkness must flee. And then you're wondering, why is it that people don't like you? What is going on with you? It's not with you, are not the problem. The problem is that these people are insecure. Your light is the one that is bothering them. So you might be looking around like, what is it? Why is it everywhere I go? People are coming up against me. No, it's because they're insecure. It's because of their own jealousy. People in the past, they will do or they have done things to you, to us. And then because they see that they couldn't take you out, then they want to come back. Again, be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. Anything you're working on, your project, your job, your career. Again, people can see that things that look as it's going on the up and up for you, and then they want to come back. See the world card. I mean, it's there, but all of us, of course, we have free will. But I believe the world card is there because majority of us, you're closing out cycles. You're wrapping it up and you're putting a bow on it and you're done with these people. Because when a lot of us were down, they did not come around. They didn't come around. As a matter of fact, some of them, they are the same ones who wanted you down. They are the same ones who tried to put you down. You're telling them, stay away. You are a miracle. You have the victory. Whatever it is, the stability, God came through in time, on time for you. For a lot of you, you know what these people have done. They exposed themselves. They were working with evil workers. We saw the seven of wands. It's like whatever it is they were throwing. But again, we know the weapons may form, but they can't prosper. And because with the sword, they were lying, communicating. Every tongue that rise up against us in judgment, we condemn. This is the power we have to bind up, to rebuke up, to send down back their belly every lies that they have told. That's the power we have as believers, as men and women of God. You have been through a lot of things. Life, yes, from the pit to the palace. But it's like allow your haters to take you there. Allow your haters to be your elevators. See, uh, Joseph's brother, they didn't know. It was all a part of God's plan because this is exactly the time when they came to get food, when he saw them and they went through he tested them and he forgave them. This is why he told them, what you meant for my harm, God worked it out for my good so that now I can help his people. They didn't know that what they did to Joseph was a part of God's plan. Because if they did not throw him in the pit, if they did not sell him or they sold him into slavery, if they didn't do all of those things, then he would not have been in the position. And in the end, it came to pass. They bowed to him. So the very same thing that they were running from, they came right back around in circle. Hit them right in the face. Right in the face, it slapped them. This is what I'm saying. It doesn't matter how long it takes. It looks like a maze, like God, when is it going to end? It will end. But the truth is that it's going to be a miracle. Nobody's going to see it coming. The brothers, they didn't see it coming. They did not know that they would live to see him again. They did the most. His father was convinced that he was gone, that he was gone. And then here it is. God allowed his father to still live. God kept his dad alive. So this is what I'm saying again. Don't allow the things that people do to or say to get you down. Can you imagine how embarrassed the brothers must have been when everything come out to light that is alive? What do they tell their father now? Because Joseph knew what they did, because they did it to him. A lot of people are embarrassed today. They have cake on their face. I'm telling you, they're ashamed. Keep going, my friends. Keep going. God is for us. Keep going. The card here says, well done. Well done. Well done. Well done. You are the prize. You need to know that. God is for you. He's for us. And because of that, we're grateful, we're thankful. Just be grateful for what you have, where you are. When the praises go up, the blessings come down. This is what we just need to do. Always stay in that presence of gratefulness. I don't care how little you have. I don't care where you don't look at your, because the situation around you may look as if nothing is going on. But the truth is that God is not looking at your here and now. He's looking at where. He's looking ahead of time. He's calling out of you what he knows that you will be tomorrow, okay? So don't allow your situation to keep you down. Yes, the enemy wants to tell you otherwise. Keep your head down, be sad and depressed. No, keep your head up. Keep your head up. See, this is the Knight of Cups. So you're going to have people who want to come in, to, again, because they see you have things going on, it didn't work out the way they intended it, and they want to come back to give you a cup and all of this. But remember, this King of Swords here, you're intelligent, you're smart. You're not going to allow these people with the moon. There are a lot of things that's hidden in the background that even if this person come into your life, they're not going to tell you. Their motive is not right. It's like trust your intuition. They're coming back for the wrong reason or reasons. So I love it. I love it for you. Keep growing, keep glowing, keep evolving, and just know that God is on your side. He's on our side. God got us. They can't stop us. They can't block us because God got us. Until next time, soul travelers, take care and be blessed.